This is where most startups fail. Most startups never find a product market fit and die. Yes, 80% of all startups never find a product market fit. Today, we're going to talk about the best framework to find the product market fit. The product market fit score. Framework sounds fancy, but it's really simple, and I love simple. The product market fit score puts a number on your product market fit. It tells you what to build next and even who to build it for. Pretty magical. I will show you exactly how to implement it and use it in this video. This is Raw Startup. In 2010, I decided to start building the world's largest wine app from a basement in Copenhagen. Today, we have 60 million users all over the world, and it has been a long 13-year journey. When you build a startup like Vivino, you have to keep going to find that magical product market fit. Gotta keep going, never stop. With Vivino, we spent almost 2 years finding that product market fit. It was probably the hardest period in Vivino's history, the time we came closest to actually failing and giving up. I wish we had this tool back then. It would have been a massive help. We did not have this tool, and it was really hard to stay motivated. But it turns out there is a tool. That tool is called Product Market Fit Score. It can show you real progress as you look for that product market fit and even help you find out what to build next. Progress and less doubt on what to build next can really help you stay motivated.
This gives us clear guidance where to go. This gives us a clear view what we do is right or wrong. It takes us out of this blind flight we had before.
Finally, in the video, we'll look at what the right users are for our product, helping us target the right users for growth. We also have Herbert from Earkick on here. He's been using Product Market Fit Score for a long time. We'll take a look at exactly how this has worked for Earkick and how they've hit the product market fit with this tool. So what is Earkick?
Earkick is an AI-driven self-care app that helps you to track and improve your mental health.
The Product Market Fit Score was invented by Ellis in his book Growth Hacking from 2017. Later, Rahul Vohra, the founder of the email client Superhuman, also wrote a fantastic blog post on the Product Market Fit Score. I will link to both in the description. Good, let's have a look at the Product Market Fit Score. What is it? How does it work at its core? And it's wonderfully simple. Basically one question.
It's one question. We ask users, how would you feel if you could no longer use Earkick? And we offer them 3 answers. Very disappointed, somewhat disappointed, or not disappointed. The goal is to maximize the very disappointed ones.
That's it. Really simple. Basically one question. Now, let's have a look at the score. And really, it's all about the group that respond very disappointed. The people that love this product so much and don't want to live without it. The product market fit score is basically the number of people in that group.
The goal actually is to get above 40% of very disappointed. And this is pretty hard sometimes.
If that is 40%, the number is basically 40. We'll talk more about the 40% in a second and where Earkick is on that journey. But let's first have a look at how they integrated it.
So we integrated the questionnaire right in the app. We ask every user, came over the core functionality of the app at least twice, and experiences the core of the app, and then comes in again in 2 days, 3 days, and experiences again the core of the app. Then we ask for product market fit only once.
Back to the score. What's a good score? 40% is good, but not necessarily for everybody.
The 40% is probably a good score for like community apps or something, not mental health, to say so. So in mental health space, we see that people are very attached to the product. They are very attached to Earkick, but we don't see the effect directly in growth from 40%. We see it now. We're over 60%, and now we really feel it's different. Things changed. Like, people are writing us much more often. They're referring to us on social media. They're contacting us. They're even answering when you write them an email. I mean, in the beginning, it was not the case, and now it just feels different. And at 40%, that was not the case. Then I thought, okay, maybe 50%, but at 50% was still not the case. But now at 60%, it really changes. So I think it depends on the app. What's the benefit of the app? How often people come in? Is there a network effect as well in the app?
For some products, you need to get higher, maybe all the way to 60%. At least that's what it took for Earkick. It looks like 40% is good for some social app. For other more engaging products, you might have to go all the way to 60%. Just a reminder here, sure, the number itself is important, but just as important is progress. Are we moving it in the right direction? Are we making the right decisions to move it in the right direction? Another important point here is that don't change the process unless you really really have to. Having consistent data here is actually more important than having the exact right number. If you change the process, you basically lose all your historic data, and that can set you back on your product development. So don't do it unless you really have to. Okay, let's dig into the progress. What does that look like for Earkick?
So yeah, you see that we started at around 33% and then it goes up pretty quickly actually, but then it stays there around something. And we were really fighting hard to think what do users want, what can we build that they want, and where can we double down. We were always iterating, A/B testing, and then throw things away again, add new things, and see how this number changed. And since we added generative AI and the Panda talking to people, that was really the moment where it went up.
This is really an impressive graph for Earkick. Great to see it all in action. However, it's not always easy.
Sometimes it really hurts because the numbers are bad in the beginning, and then they come up while you're working on them, and then sometimes even they go a bit back. That's frustrating. Then maybe you introduced some features that users don't actually like that much, and so you need to remove them.
This is going to happen. There will be setbacks, but you have to keep going. If you keep going, you will see progress. And this is where the magic comes in. The tool can help you what to build next. Yep, it will guide you in the right direction. Let's look into that. Tell us what to build next. Quick side note here. I also have a full video on how to find product market fit. Please make sure you check that out later. A lot of good stuff here. Please make sure you subscribe. Good. Back to what we should build. We actually asked 3 extra questions. What type of people do you think would benefit the most from the product? This is great when it comes to finding the target audience. We'll get back to that in a sec. First, let's focus on what we should be building. What is the main benefit you receive from the product? And how can we improve the product for you? This all sounds pretty basic, but there's some magic coming, so make sure you stay tuned. Okay, let's dig into those final 2 questions. And this is all about segmenting your users. On your roadmap, you should focus on 2 things determined by these questions. First, what is the benefit you receive from the product? To determine what to build here, only listen to the people that are very disappointed. So we take our main benefit and double down on it. Take our biggest fans and make them even bigger fans, making them very loyal and pushing away the competition. For example, Superhuman fans loved the product because it was so fast. They doubled down and made it even faster.
Very disappointed, we need to double down on what they like, right? We need to make it better what they like so we don't lose them to competition.
Now, when it comes to new features, you should listen to the second group, the somewhat disappointed. Basically, they will tell us what to build to move them from somewhat disappointed to very disappointed.
The somewhat disappointed users we want to convert into very disappointed users. So we build what they want, what they're missing. So we build what we're missing so they become very disappointed and stay with us, stick with us. This is basically the principle, and that gives me the conviction that this framework really works.
This is all about listening to the right people. Stop listening to your family, stop listening to your friends, and definitely stop listening to your investors. You need to listen to the people that actually use the product. And we don't listen at all to the group that's not disappointed. They are not our target audience.
They're not disappointed, we just don't ask them any questions. We just ignore them, like as if they wouldn't exist. These are not our target users. These are not the users we actually are after. Don't get confused by other users. Just ignore a bit more what they wish for, because otherwise you would end up, or we ended up in too many features, too many things, too many functionalities. So we try to make it actually good for a bit everyone. But if we narrow it down then to like a really specific user, this helped. This helped us to get some more clear. So there is a danger of building too many features and not focusing on just a handful of features, making them really, really good.
Guys, this is incredibly important. You can't build everything. You can build a fraction of what you want to build, and you have to listen to the right people. And to double down on that, we need to find out exactly when we ask the question to get the right data. So let's dig into when we ask the question. We don't want to ask people that haven't really used the product. That feedback just isn't really useful.
So it's important that the user you're asking these questions have experienced the core of the app. If someone just opens the app and looks around, hey, this is actually cool or not, it's not the people you want to actually interview or to ask these questions. You want people to ask that know your app, that have experienced the core of the app, the benefits of the app at least twice. And they come back again and use it again. So this is really, really important.
There are basically 2 requirements. The user to get the survey have to live up to the following requirements. The user must have experienced the core of the product or service at least twice. And this should have happened in the last 2 weeks. So if the user lives up to those 2 requirements, ask the survey once, and the integration is pretty simple. Here's how Earkick does it. A simple button in the product, and then you link to some kind of survey tool. And that could be any kind of tools. Could be Google Forms, SurveyMonkey, or Typeform.
So yeah, we really use Typeform because it's very user-friendly. It's already there. You don't need any coding. It's a link to the Typeform, and you can integrate Typeform into Google Sheets or any other tool. We use Google Sheets and we sort it there and we analyze it there. So it's a great place.
Good. Now, how much data do we actually need? In the beginning, you'll probably have very little data and you'll just use an average of all the data you have. But over time, as you get more data, you can use a sliding window. You look at the last 50 responses or 100 responses, whatever your data permits. This is also how Earkick does it and really shows how any product changes has an impact on the score.
So we introduced a sliding window of, I think, 150 responses. The last 150 responses will be the sliding window. And then we see like the progress, how it changes over time, which is pretty good to look at.
150 is a lot, and you can definitely go lower.
If you have less than 20 or so, that's not good for a sliding window. But I think around 50, it starts to be significant.
So yes, all the way down to 50 or so, that's fine too. Obviously, this could be early stage, so you have the data you have. If you only have 20 responses, use it, but just carefully. Finally, let's also have a look at how the tool teaches us who our target audience is. We're going back to question number 2. What type of people do you think benefit the most from the product? This is where you can get a great profile on the people that love the product the most. This will help target your communication and marketing in general.
And there they mostly describe themselves. So they would say, yes, a student from 23 years old or something. And that would be them, basically.
You can get everything from gender, age, profession, title, you name it. Has this worked for you? Did you get a good profile?
This helped us to define the go-to-market strategy, which company we tackle first, because we know some professions and some professions pop up more often than others. And that makes it clear for us which go-to-market strategy we apply.
Now, the trick here is that we only listen to the very disappointed. Build your profile by only looking at your superfans, the very disappointed, the people that love your product the most. There you have it. Use these 4 questions to find your product market fit score. Who's your target persona and what should you build next? This is an incredibly useful tool. Good luck. If you want more content just like this, please consider pressing like and subscribe, and you won't miss any future videos. Thank you very much for watching Raw Startup. Now stop watching and go build something.